Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
My big hope and faith is that real love, that they don't want to hurt animals, is there. And it's a matter of just letting go of all those cultural programs and waking up to who we really are.
Peace to all beings. Interview with author Judy Carmen, Vegan, part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan. Only conscientious people choose it.
While visiting wondrous Easter Island, locals may ask how you are doing in the native Rapa Nui language with Pe'ekoi. Compassionate viewers, I'm Juan. The contented people of Easter Island thank you for your kindness to others, especially our animal people co-inhabitants. Welcome to part 1 of a 2-part series entitled Peace to All Beings, interview with author Judy Carmen, Vegan. Since the 1970s, Judy Carmen has been a dedicated animal people liberation activist as well as a peace and environmental activist. She is the author of the award-winning book Peace to All Beings, Veggie Soup for the Chicken's Soul, and co-author with Tina Volpe of The Missing Piece, The Hidden Power of Our Kinship with Animals. Together with Dr. Will Tuttle, who is also a Shining World Hero Award recipient, Ms. Carmen co-founded the non-profit organization Circle of Compassion and the Prayer Circle for Animals Facebook page. Ms. Carmen also co-founded Animal Outreach of Kansas, which brought an end to animal circuses in Douglas County, USA. In addition, Ms. Carmen founded the Animals Peace Prayer Flag Project and co-founded with Lisa Levinson the Interfaith Vegan Coalition. Moreover, she assists vegan spirituality with events and is a member of the Advisory Council of Sustainable Activism, a project of the International Organization in Defense of Animals. She received the Henry Spira Grassroots Animal Activist Award for her outstanding contribution to animal people liberation in 2014. Today, we are honored to have Judy Carmen with us to talk about her books. First, Ms. Carmen speaks about her journey to becoming vegan and an animal people rights activist.
My journey started when I was a kid, really. I loved animals like most kids do, but I lived in Kansas and my family was a major meat-eating family. It was a very strange balance that I was trying to figure out, how can we love our dogs and our cats and horses, but yet kill all these other animals and eat all these other animals? I tried to not eat meat when I was about 10 because that's when it hit me that we were eating animals and that the meat on our plates was actually parts of an animal. I ate donuts instead and Frosted Flakes. So I got pretty sick and weak. There weren't a lot of fresh vegetables. This was back in the 50s, and they were just starting to ship fresh food from California to Kansas. It was mostly frozen peas or canned peas. When I got into my 20s and started learning about that, oh my goodness, there are vegetarians in the world. There's a word for that. And they started a vegetarian restaurant in Kansas City called the Golden Temple, and it was Indian. And I went, oh my goodness, now I know what to do. And so I started learning how to make food vegetarian. I finally learned about 25 years ago or so that the cruelty in the dairy industry and that the women cows are raped repeatedly and forced to give milk to humans and not their babies, and have their babies taken away. And I found out about all the horrible things that happened to chickens to get eggs. And so I went vegan. Not only did I love that I was not harming animals, but I started feeling better, healthier, and more energy and more joy. And so it was a great transition. I became an animal rights activist while I was still vegetarian, and then went vegan. I joined the animal rights movement, and I'd been in the environmental movement and the peace movement before that. So it was an easy thing for me to join in and say, hey, yes, let's create a vegan world. Let's get this done. And I must say to everybody that is listening, if you're new to this, you would be amazed if you read the history and find out how far we have come and how exciting it is, how hopeful we all are that we really can create a vegan world.
One day, I was out shooting, and when I had shot a young bird, the mother bird came right to my feet and settled there. This made me stop and think, and I inquired of myself if it was a Christ-like action to kill the animals, and I came to the conclusion that it was not. Since that day, I have not touched meat. Peter Vasilievich Virgin, vegan.
Open-minded viewers, let's take a moment to pray that all people swiftly adopt the planet-protecting vegan lifestyle. We'll be right back here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Peace to All Beings, interview with author Judy Carman, Vegan, part 1 of 2. Judy Carman's book, Homo Ahimsa, Who We Really Are and How We're Going to Save the World, addresses the ecological emergencies facing our planet and how humans can bring us out of these dark times into a peaceful era.
I had coined the term Homo Ahimsa back 2001 when I wrote a book called Peace to All Beings. And the idea of Homo Ahimsa is based, of course, on the meaning, the deep and beautiful meaning of ahimsa, which is a Sanskrit word for non-harm. But it has a much broader meaning. It means unconditional love and selfless service and all these wonderful things that we all aspire to. And my thinking was that Homo sapiens has made quite a mess of things and probably isn't going to be able to solve the problems that it has created. And so we need to become a new species. And that new species is Homo Ahimsa. But the interesting part of that is that I believe we really already are Homo Ahimsa. It's just that all the traditions and programs that we've been fed through our whole lives have taught us, conditioned us to put that empathy away somewhere and hide it. So that ahimsa nature is our true nature, and that lives in all of us. If you ask a friend, would you ever intentionally hurt an animal? Most of your friends would say, no, I would never do that. And yet they're blind to the fact that they're harming animals at every meal, every time they go to a zoo, every time they go to an aquarium or a rodeo or buy leather or wool or silk or down, any of those things, they're harming animals. They just don't realize it yet. And so, of course, that's one of our jobs, is to get that information out there. My big hope and faith is that that real love, that they don't want to hurt animals, is there. And it's a matter of of just letting go of all those cultural programs and waking up to who we really are.
Ms. Carmen speaks more about the urgency she felt to write Homo Ahimsa.
Things are a lot worse now than they were 20 years ago when I wrote Peace to All Beings. We're still working hard for a vegan world, but we're getting closer and closer to the extinction of all wild mammals, animals, vertebrates, and closer and closer to the extinction of the humans race also, because our environment is so degraded by the water and air pollution and all the other things that we have done to this earth, to nature. It was Homo sapiens that caused all this trouble. And now here we are, and we are definitely at a crossroads. The other reason I decided to write Homo Ahimsa was because the book Homo Deus came out. And that book is quite alarming, actually. He's talking about the technology that's going on, that all the 5G and all these things that are happening in the world that people are embracing. So he's basically giving a warning to people that, you know, if we keep going on this path, this technological path, then, and on top of all of the damage we're doing to the earth by eating meat, eating animals, then we're really in trouble. So I decided, okay, I need to write Homo Ahimsa and say, there is hope. We can do this, but there's one key. It's actually very simple. The key to creating a world that can thrive, where all beings can thrive, is a vegan world, because it's animal agriculture that is causing most of the damage. It is polluting the waters, the air. Indigenous people are being killed, like in South America and other places too, so that they can clear cut the Amazon forest, burn it up, and just to grow cows to feed other people in other countries.
our deep appreciation to Judy Carmen for sharing this urgent and important information, as we gladly anticipate learning more in the second part of this interview. For more information on Judy Carmen, please visit peacetoallbeings.com.
Vegan, our meal doesn't have to destroy the planet.
Noble viewers, thank you for your gracious presence today. Join us again on Wednesday, August 24th for part 2 of Peace to All Beings, interview with author Judy Carmen, vegan. Coming up next is The Real Signs of Heaven's Warning for Humans to Change, part 3 of 8, on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News, here on Supreme Master Television. May all beings on earth soon coexist in harmony.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/UL.
Unsere Sendungen bieten viele Sprachen. Gehen Sie auf suprememastertv.com/schedule und suprememastertv.com/UL.